Yes, if you want mass all pan development, they not go ever know we. Yeah, selfishness and greed just a slowy. They say we rich, but them still alone. If we put Salon first, then we land go flourish. Then we all go profit.
Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make we listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make we listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Listen, too much pain, mama Saloni. Corruption and put this country pan cry. Today if you left market, you go the tomorrow. Not defend price. Police station work for protect your life and your property. Now the corruption they rise. Too much innocent not prison, they suffer no justice. Kick away the justice, then focus on the bucket. Where sit down, say then kill you, fumble, now you losses. Transport just they go high, where they profit. No price control, now the shops and the markets. Everybody just a feds for in pockets.
They gonna blow, but they take the money, oh. The way the people they suffer enough money, oh. Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make we listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make we listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Especially with the poor one with the suffer. Then we take what in belong now we are no masala. We turn the minerals where we got. We still a cry back every day. If we no kill this corruption, now we got to it. Mama.
Good morning and welcome to ACC Hour. Today we did at the studio as the commission for constantly they update you on the activities them way the commission done they carry on with, and same way so how the commission done the fight against corruption as alone. As you done the yearly updates, the commission done they make various strides in the fight against corruption. As we done they engage different ministries, departments, and agencies them, and we done they implement various activities them. Important that we tell you, waiting the commission done they embark on, and same way so how the commission done they implement the activity them for CC we reduce corruption na salon. So for make we keep you updated inside the studio today, we can't talk about the challenges them, the recoveries that we don't make, how the results that we don't get with regards to local and international indexes them, and same way so thing them way we feel it's important for make you know at this point. Inside the studio, I get the Deputy Director for the Public Education and External Outreach Department. We name Sylvanus Blake. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good day. It's a pleasure to be here.
I also get the Acting Head of Public Relations Unit, Alex Eba. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Yanji. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
And me na Yanji Debrasi, say me na Public Education Officer na the Anti-Corruption Commission. As I say, we they can't tell you, but from the start of the year, waiting the commission done the embark on. I go start with the Deputy Director. From where the year start January to now, you go briefly give a key highlight of the activities them so far where the commission that went back on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Angie. So 2025 end well for we as a nation, as an institution, we did the fight against corruption. And we begin 2026 equally on a high, with high gears, high spirit. All we do, we do 2025, we're not done, and we cross over with them into 2026. So this includes cases we they investigate, prosecutions we they carry on at the court, and prevention work the rollout of the current generation of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, and many other things. The ACC get a mandate for leading national fight against corruption. So in that leadership, one thing we would want to ensure accountability, because we want for carry along the people. So everything we do at the ACC, we are accountable to the public, and we're transparent enough in carrying on those activities. So key among the things that we cross over into 2026 with. Now, then sensitive investigations will be generate plenty public debate. For example, the issue around Abu Kamara and the houses and all of that. So we see 2026, the ACC continue on that scrupulously. We apply Honorable Justice A.T. Ganda in ruling, a historic ruling, grant the ACC the permission for sell 3 prime property them will belong to the fugitive, Mr. Abu Kamara, the former manager na NRA, we don't run away. And the process for sell then 3 houses and 2 in Freetown and 1 in Bo. The 2 in Freetown are complete, powerful structures. The 1 in Bo are incomplete structure. With the sell and structure, then they through a competitive public auction process, we already don't begin. The formalities don't start. When we sell the proceeds, now proceeds we don't recover from corrupt people, they go back to the state. That are one key thing we occupy we in the beginning of this year law. And in addition to that, we got another case we be involved. This former UBA workman, we himself be indict him, charge and court. He said we don't run away even before we charge him. So the court don't convict him, and the court ruled colorfully, we historic that if for go jail and we for recover all of the money we the court adjourned for say it don't misappropriate. That is historic because now a case of trial in absentia, one of the first instances of trial in absentia, we don't lead to conviction. So Mr. Kolka, wherever I did, I convict of corruption, and we get ways for restitute the state. The court don't order for we sell property them and we restitute the state. And if Dan did not do, Mr. Kolka will still go jail any day, any time. So that one out to a minimum of 5 convictions we get in December alone of last year. So in terms of cases in court, cases under investigation, it critically they on the high. Now the fight against corruption. That it shows yes, in as much as people still get the courage for being involved in corruption, we can, as an institution, hold them accountable, and that process for hold them accountable, we don't go too far. Then they take we to recoveries again. We then house here, all kind of conviction, Abu Kamara also they said, and many other things, our recovery of stolen wealth, a critical role for the ACC. So 2026, they see we they go after the loot, we people the thief, and gather out of corruption for ensure say they're not profit. So that's our posture. You know, we don't begin them and we'll continue. We not only investigate you, send you go jail. We they ensure say what you thief, we pull on a yarn. So they left you worse than how you been there, where you choose for thief. And these are the little incentives where they motivate some people or where they spur some people for thief. Thief billows, thief live good life. So when we run after thief man, we they deprive you of that good life. As long as evidence they point say you be where the good life where they live now because of corruption. It was sponsored by corruption. So that will take away whatever incentive been done there for corruption. So that's going on. And then of course we see this year again the Anti-Corruption Commission in Sierra Leone don't continue for score decently where across many international indexes. We see, for example, the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. We come up. We rate Sierra Leone 109 out of 182 countries within survey, and we get a score of 34, where the above the source are an average score of 32. This is not strange. You know, a lot of people can say, it's not reflective of what they happen on the ground, but we were involved in the fight at leadership level. No, say the investment which Sierra Leone don't do into the fight against corruption, into the fight for promote transparency and accountability, you not go push her over. It's in a solid strides, and those where they check data and real progress, anytime they can check, then they validate, say a lot is happening here. Good. We want for them in the single digits, yeah, as a nation. It's possible. But it's not go possible if you know they make progress. So then progress here, for example, to 109 out of 182, you did over 70 countries almost. It's good for we as a nation, for make we pay attention to those. And these are no assessment done by Sierra Leone. These are no assessment done by ACC. We don't get the capacity even for one. These are assessment done by credible third-party institutions where the world respect for their surveys and results. For example, the same TI we been rated with 130 something in 2017 thereabout, make Sierra Leone being considered one of the most corrupt places on earth. So if they don't come progressively over the years, they say we are doing well. It speaks good, and we take them as a pat on the back and wake up for continue for do more. And of course, issues around prevention, we're already interested. Or as this year begin, a lot of prevention work they go on in many MDAs. We don't go there. Some MDAs we don't unveil and launch policies on best practices for those MDAs. For some systems reviewed at the ongoing for ensure they deliver on the mandate and reduce opportunities and incidences of corruption. For some MDAs now monitoring and compliance with DEPA for ensure the recommended best practices in those policies. They are now actually rolling them out and implementing them, and that is a good thing already. We fight against corruption when it comes to prevention, the critical. And of course, we can't leave asset declaration behind. This year, now asset declaration here, now every 2 years. So, public officers are aware that they get for declare this year. The portal, there are 1 or 2 technical issues because we don't work with DSTI for ensure they continue for digitalize the asset declaration platform and make them user friendly. So basically, these are the issues. We continue with partnership with other alliance partners. We reasonably they contribute to the fight against corruption, both within Sierra Leone and outside. I mean, we team just go Liberia last week for continue for interact and interface with the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission for see how they will learn from we and how we will learn from them and how we will continue for fight corruption as a serious crime. So a lot is happening in 2026 and all now for continue for reduce corruption.
Okay, well, if you just join this na ACC Hour on this particular platform, and we they talk about the challenges them, the success stories them so far since the start of the year, and even cases them from last year, how so far the commission not able for CC we get positive results out of the activities them we they implement. And now, Deputy Director, you mentioned one key thing that with whether local or international ranking, plenty people they say not visible. But as you say from the perspective of the commission and even experts them, when you see USAI, we be done day in the fight against corruption, and these na credible and independent people, they do their surveys there. So, but now we talk about the role self way people they don't they play in the fight against corruption, because as you mentioned, the commission gets limited staff, but we also depend on people. So waiting don't be the role of people in the fight against corruption, and as well because recently as well we see the commissioner engage empowerment chiefs them on gifts. So let me just talk briefly around the two issues there.
So the role of the people in the fight against corruption is couched cleverly and enshrined in the mandate with the ACC get. That the ACC they lead the national fight against corruption. So fighting corruption is a national fight. So each and every Sierra Leonean, whether you're out of this jurisdiction or not, as long as you are a national of Sierra Leone, you get a role for playing the fight against corruption. That are the baseline. So how do we get them involved? Now through engagements like this. You know, I begin for explain just now say, if you want for lead and lead well, transparency and accountability in your leadership is critical. You don't come to media, go to communities and tell people who support the fight against corruption. How? Why? How you don't lead? And so that is why we operate an open book policy, or open door policy at the ACC. There is nothing we do at the ACC when a secret. Even the things where we know they explain to public, not because we want to hide them, now because probably it's an investigation. You know, can't talk now public say, now this far we don't go with the same person ABC, then you read and run away for that. So that's the only time we say need to know. Not like it's a policy of secrecy. No, it's a national fight that people got a role in them, and it's a national duty, and it's a moral obligation on we all for fight corruption. And so we ensure they play that role by giving them enough reasons to play that role, by opening up to tell them how we are doing this, and tying this to the issues of the disconnect in some people where they say, they say Salon they improve in terms of rankings and ratings and all these recoveries and convictions. Like last year, 2025, 100% conviction. There was no verdict from the High Court of Sierra Leone where not be a negative verdict for the fight against corruption. Every case where there was a verdict last year, we win as a nation. That's good. That speaks to the fact that it's not the kind of people going to court because we get issue with them, because we want for poor learning, because we want it's a political fight, and so on and so forth. The honorable judges where they sit on at the High Court of Sierra Leone, they're not interested in all of those drama with the social media and other media platforms. You charge a man to court as a criminal case, you prove your case beyond reasonable doubt. That's the margin and the burden on you where they go prosecute. So for what God discharged that burden last year, 100%. All those ones are speaking to the fact that we are serious about this fight against corruption. And why this disconnect? Sometimes it is in the posture of the people you talk to, or the people where they comment on those issues. If you are a Sierra Leonean who believes, say, because of political and other reasons, that nothing good not ever happen at this country, no matter how they explain the good thing, you will not understand it. Because you don't decide now your mind, say, I'm not going to accept. Sierra Leone is a bad place. And we see those public discussions, especially on the social media. Everything is bad. Everything. And that's not true. Probably you want for lay appear bad because you get something where you want to achieve out of that. But we know they come here for mesmerize and campaign you by cajoling. No, we bring the fact. The fight against corruption is good. It's good because we have recovered, for example, 75+ billion oliums. When none of we neighbors on the continent not do that in the past 7-8 years. It is good because we charge people to court and we secure convictions in over 95%. It is good because we get asset declaration compliance rate of over 97%. It is good because we don't do prevention work in almost all MDAs in this country. It is good because we don't help institutions for recover their money, including international NGOs. This is why they agree with we. These are policy, tangible actions where then they verify. So if people doubt small how will they do this fight, I ask them, either follow us on the media, come to the office, we explain further. But if you hold on to your opinion or your conviction, even where facts they show say no, this one not so, you still say no, not so, that's your responsibility. Our duty is to put out the facts. Our duty is to educate. Our duty is to inform. And the SEC is doing that in an aggressive way. And that takes me to the concluding part. Why the commissioner go see paramount chiefs? We don't begin at the eastern region. All the chiefdoms, 15 in Kailan, 16 in Kenema district, 14 in Kono district. We don't visit them all. That's about 36 chiefdoms. We don't visit them all. We don't hold meeting in all of those districts because those paramount chiefs, one, aside the gift issue, Yanji, those paramount chiefs in some chiefdoms, in fact most chiefdoms, now the only governance structure that we defend are most chiefdoms. Most chiefdoms don't get police, they don't get soldier, they don't get Ministry of Education, they don't get agriculture. Now we can go work there and commodity. So the real stationary government machinery where they on the ground are the chiefs and the structures. And each chiefdom get over a couple of thousand inhabitants. So if you want let them people be informed adequately and let them be governed in a proper way and let corruption be minimized, talking to the chiefs is naturally the best thing to do. Okay. And not to the first time this, if you don't do the meet the people talk, when I be town hall meeting. This one are specifically with the chiefs and the structure around traditional authorities for update them on the fight against corruption. Let them know how far we don't come. To discuss the issue of gift. Tradition, river gifting. When people go see paramount chiefs, some kinkai gifts go to them. But when people go see paramount chiefs, almost every paramount chief, they give them gift. Yeah, it's part of our custom as a traditional African setting, Sierra Leone. So those gifts, how the anti-corruption law look at them. So that we not go 146 scenario and say, oh no, gift is corruption because we don't investigate this case will be involved the former chief immigration officer, Mr. Jaya Kaikai. So commissioner will tell them, say, gift not to corruption. Now the kind of gift, the how of the gift, and the why of the gift. If they give you gift for corruptive, for compromise you, that's corruption. Nine are the offense, receiving gift for corrupt purposes. But then if you receive a gift, whether you convince say not to for corrupting or just adherence to tradition. If that gift reach 5,000 leon in a calendar year from one source, you for declare am na a gift register and declare am na your asset declaration, so that it no go be calculated tomorrow for be a corrupt intention behind the gift. So these are the issues, and the conversations went well, and it is worthwhile, and we set for move with the commissioner across the other regions of Sierra Leone for making engaged in traditional authorities.
All right. Well, if you just joined, the deputy commissioner don't talk about the Transparency International ranking we come out. We as a commission we were favorably as we move 5 steps ahead from 114 to 109. We don't talk about the engagement with the commissioner be get with different empowerment chief them na the southern region. We go meet with them as you just hear from the deputy commissioner for public education and external outreach department, and same way so waiting don't be the role of you as citizen in the fight against corruption, and how valuable we see you as citizen in contributing in the fight against corruption. This brings me to my next guest winner, Alex, for me we talk about the whistleblower or witness protection regulation 2025, where mostly we can encourage you for report corruption. So the commission we don't bring to effect the 2025 whistleblower and witness protection regulation, way for make we give you much more protection for CC where you the reports, you not just be left out there. So Alex can tell me more about the this regulation. Yeah, so Alex.
Yes, thank you so much, Yanji. First off, corruption is something where they easily survive and thrive, where people and decide for be silent and decide say then no go report instance of corruption. But of course, as a commission, we also understand the fear where they behind the fact that many a times people can choose silence over taking decisive actions, because the vice where we fight, the scourge, that's why we say it's a fight, as something we don't entrenched, as something we don't accept over time. Now, something where something and if you decide, say, they call out somebody who engage in corruption, if you say, now you know one like better. So those are all reasons why make many a times Fambul them can find them challenging for support the fight against corruption. So understanding from that, and knowing fully well that the ACC, we not they operate in isolation. We also they operate in compliance with international instruments that we are signatories to. We include at the global level the UN Convention Against Corruption, and even at the continental level the African Union Convention on preventing and combating corruption. So all of them global instruments they emphasize the importance for we put adequate protection mechanisms for the one way they can report corruption. So reporting it not just be a right where we encourage, but we also forget protection for protect anybody who decide say they can report corruption. So now you make as a commission we done the work on this, and at the start of this year we make a known that we don't get a landmark, a remarkable milestone. Usai, we don't get now a comprehensive framework where they provide maximum protection to anybody you were there under where within your community. You see any UK they happen within your workplace, you see any corruption they happen, for you where they can report, where they protect you first off against retaliation. So let's say you dey na your workplace and you see something they happen, and say that in the way they happen, if you settlement it get damaging effects to whether na your institution or whether na the country as a whole, and you decide to you need to sit down in silence and watch that in the past, because in law, I mean, we say you are being complicit where you see something they happen and you not talk. But beyond the law, you see bad thing they happen and you not talk, God says go hold you responsible. Because if na monies then for construct hospital, you see people in the redirect the monies then they into them personal accounts them, and you get idea, you get knowledge about that. You not talk, you go sick. or your pikin go sick, you know, go able get access to that facility there, because maybe you did not benefit, but you choose not for, you know, call out them people there. So if you didn't at your office, you see some of them things and then they happen, you didn't at your community and you can't report. This regulation here, they protect against any retaliation, because we can say corruption, they always fight back. We they fight corruption in self-defense. Okay. So we they provide the regulation, they provide that so that they not go retaliate against you. They provide, in fact, binding compliance mechanisms. So we at the commission, we not just there at liberty for say if we realize say your security they at risk, you can report to we for provide certain protection mechanism before this term will be the inside section 81 and 82 of we act. Now we too, we are bounded, the law don't hold we tight that you can report if we get reasons for belief say your security or your family they at risk against the retaliatory acts, and they we within 14 days we will receive that information, they will get that intelligence, we then ensure say we effect then protection mechanisms then they for provide security for you. We can even take you for Musa you day. We go to your other side, and even if we require follow pull you not just your community, follow pull you and send you some other places, some other country, we can also provide that protection mechanisms there for you. But also the other important thing where this regulation they provide now what we call confidentiality, strict confidentiality. So now you make the regulation make and clear strict, so meaning there is no way anybody go breach, especially on we side. Of course, we encourage you say you they can report to we, not go disclose other side say now you can't tell we, but we safe where we they can report to, we they keep your identity safe. We need disclose them in any point whatsoever, save for if now one way you get to do with national security or so, and then things and they can be extreme. And the other juicy part of the regulation reward scheme. So now not to next one no more God they pay you where you can report corruption. Even the SSF, we in the commission they pay you. So if the report we come with to we, now that report they we use for investigate, we see substantial facts them which you can report, we decide for charge that matter in a court, and it lead to conviction. At the end of the day, we SSF they provide some rewards, motivational incentive for you where they can report to it. So it's a fine business. Okay. So those are just but some part of the most important and juicy bits then way this whistleblower and witness protection regulation, what we just put in force actually they provide.
Okay, Mr. Blake, ma come to you. We don't make progress when it comes to both local and international ranking, and I be there at a one radio program where somebody they ask about we sustaining the kind ranking or even moving a step higher for CC we able for get a better projection or continue to get a better projection in both local and international rankings. So waiting the commission continue for put in place for CC the fight against corruption, not just based on statistics, but people then CC really waiting then as statistics, then safe the able film na the go on.
Yes. So sustaining the gains and surpassing those goals already attained is the reason we are all here. And it get for be deliberate. It get for be deliberate and it get for be organized. Why we they talk about these gains? The other day, somebody will say these are snail-paced progress. Sometimes when I progress, sometimes when I can be small. All these ones they point to one fact, that progress is possible. And then we can get to better goals and surpass where then benchmark them where we set don't set for we set. So once it is possible, first and foremost, how do we sustain? We have to ingrain this now in mindset as a nation, as a people, that we can be better than where we are. We can do better than what we don't do as a people, as a nation. So this is now a mind game campaign with the all. This campaign, they go bilaterally opposing to others who think say nothing no good about this country. Nothing no they work here. They are no, they are no more now, but they don't well. No. Those are pessimist and anti-progressive positions. We not blame we compatriots them with old view. Probably those views are held because one, we don't suffer for long. We don't dare as a broken people for quite a long. So now that change is coming gradually, progress is coming, trust had been broken over the decades. That even when they make progress, man, if you say na manipulate, don't manipulate. We they see all them comments there. So we therefore continue deliberately for preach that where we are, we can do by progress and deliberate effort. Which side we want to go if we continue for invest effort. The second thing after the campaign of self-belief and positivism. I remember the last time when the commissioner been there, Radio Democracy, even talk how them music then try the way they speak doom about us as a nation. Why we not begin play music now where they say, oh, like they can better, like we don't they make progress. I mean, because it's about a mindset. If Docklin, you listen radio, you go social media, you watch television, everything you see na negativity. It helps making you a more negative and pessimist person. So that is why as a nation in the fight against corruption, and we believe governance architecture for take on this, we recalibrate the way we think as a people. All this pessimist notion that they work here, possible, yeah, they better here, and then you want better. So we have to drop down, and that's why we are the ACC. When then good report here come, we will sing it over the hills and the valleys, because people think nothing good they come from Nazareth. And here comes Nazareth progressing over the years, 7 years on stop. We're not getting negative result from any international credible assessment. So this is a fact. We therefore promote this. Secondly, as an institution under Section 7 of the Anti-Corruption Act, we get responsibility for give direction to state institutions and even to the state. We don't begin talk about how we go continue for make this fight against corruption winnable. One, Sierra Leone, the commissioner don't talk for be cashless. All this one money, they exchange our money to money. We can go digital. We are as if even I commit a traffic offense. The traffic warden no need for arrest me. The road safety cop no need for arrest me. We drive go. No. Then fine you online, send the someone say you've been fined this for this offense to you online. You pay online, you are received online. You not pay online, you are flagged and then clamp your vehicle on the next point where you pull over. This is possible. That they reduce. People they pay for licenses, passport, national ID. Oh, you can then at your house. You do these application processes, pay online, then print. If you pay for delivery, then can left and at your veranda. So as we go to that level, the middleman force we don't kill her. That's one thing we have to do. The second thing we have to do, all get for do prevention. All the contractors where government they get contracts with, where then they can provide goods and services. We can do the entire procurement process online. They're not need for Canada office. Completely online. You submit your bid online. Bid evaluation, opening is done online. We now all zoom in and watch. Bid evaluation is done online. All bidders are aware of how company A was evaluated, company B was evaluated, so that when company C wins the contract, A and B are aware that they're not being most responsive and they were not the fittest. All these ones they eliminate. And then all these ones paying contractors by check, why not wire the accounts? So that man only for can pick check na your office. Because now they all kickback thing here they happen. And this one the commissioner don't talk. If Sierra Leone want for continue for progress in the fight against corruption, not to ACC they go digitalize how other public institutions. That's not within our mandate. But government can take that up as a new face for make this nation cashless. The second thing, robust rollout of the anti-corruption legal regime, the framework, the laws, where we get the policies, like when my colleague they talk about the whistle and blower and witness protection regulations, where we now get a law will for be backed up by equal implementation. The Anti-Corruption Act, rolling out these laws, like what they see now, then fantastic rulings here from the honorable judges now the High Court. Find the man, send him back jail, order a recovery of the money. These are the, I'm not telling you, Yanji, the biggest form of sensitization are the brightest examples. When you take one, like for example, Abu Kamara was there now where the court don't agree that we for sale. You need for go do sensitization on our NRA. They want the way they let them they try no more. There is now a clear cut. If you get them property here, you one of the things about depriving of them property. This is public education at its highest. Let's don't be situational about our fight against corruption. ACC is 26 years this year. And ACC is not APC, ACC is not SLPP, ACC is not NGC, is not UDM, is not PDP, is not whatever. Any political party where they win the next election, get an agenda for fight corruption. So whether you are opposition, you are ruling governance, we now all get a vested interest in fighting corruption. Why? If we reduce corruption to the barest minimum, our political challenges are reduced by 70%. All this one, the electorates are getting disenchanted with politicians. Then vote for you today as councillor tomorrow, they won't pull you. Then vote for you tomorrow as honorable next tomorrow, they won't pull you. You become a ruling government. The next election you are worried, then they vote for you. The biggest contributor to disenchantment among the populace now corruption. Why? And they deprive the basic Sierra Leonean of in rights, privileges, and entitlements. So once those things are deprived, voting, the only power where we get as masses, now all they cast you one vote. So we'll begin threatening you, honorable, wait for you. You go see, they carry back. If that young man gets a job, he go school, opportunities there. He want go study overseas, opportunity there. And the agricultural environment is made so convivial that when people who are going to agriculture go, the business environment is better. You think everybody will be interested in politics? No. There are many people who know why. Pass for go vote and commodity. So that is why it appears that until you become a politician, you don't succeed. And all this is putting pressure on the political class. We get a mandate to develop this country. So if they are interested, and I pray they are, and I know they are, let we all fight corruption in an unbiased way, in an unsentimental way. If even a you party member, when you do corruption, let the law take its course.
Okay, if you just join we, the program we listen to or we watch na ACC Hour, and we get na the studio, the Deputy Director for Public Education and External
issues of misappropriation, issues of corruption, we can be mad with, or why make institutions see many a times you can get issues of abuse of office at the institution. So now all of the reasons and they why make we can look at then government institutions there, we go into the systems then, we review them, we look at best practices then, we go able to address many of the issues then they, and then we make recommendations then we as provided for in section 8 of the Anti-Corruption Act, then bound for comply and implement the recommendations then they. So now I make within the ACC we get a prevention department we exclusively dedicated then the new work now for address now for look at systems of government institutions, a whole department. So that speaks to the importance of that. So then they go now the institution and they then get units within the department where then the monitor and get units within the department where now then they ensure compliance of the systems review then they, and then get also people within the department where they follow on those compliance then they for they're able to ensure say they the best practices were recommended for the institution and comply to them to the latter. So in fact quite recently we don't get ethics and integrity scorecard where the very department as well don't use all of those things now ways then for motivate then different government institutions there for able to adhere to then systems and review them there. And also you talk about waiting the national anti-corruption strategy equally articulate, because of course the next the 5 years roadmap where they show how we defeat corruption for the next 5 years. So the previous strategy where we don't elapse, we put more emphasis on enforcement. We make we see will be set up the of course within the investigation and intelligence department, the Scorpion Squad, where then they do sting operations and many other measures then for really enforce waiting the law say. But we new strategy a pattern around in prevention. So now we do more prevention work. One of the preventive ways and of course our systems review, another preventive way now waiting to do our public education for continue for enlightening the public, stimulate their consciousness about corruption. But again, another thing where Mr. Blake also touched on, when a part of prevention, when are some of them things they are inform, we strides them where we don't put in place going forward. In fact, the discussions then with even other partners then locally and internationally. Now for now we emphasize the importance of Sierra Leone going cashless, because now a prevention mechanism can be. So if we go cashless, many of them things there we don't do. At the start of this year we see interventions there where we don't make one NRA where we see we don't able for make lots of progress in terms of investigating cases then, in terms of having some including even then houses then, those very royal houses then where people then be engaged in corruption where we able to forget. But beyond all of that, we be able to address in finality when we able to forget cashless society where the human to human interface is reduced or curtailed.
Okay, quick one, we need to take a break and we'll come back to the discussion.
Some people know we better than that. Anytime where you go come right back. See, money we go build schools and road. One person go chop and bet. And development for make the country grow. One man go the chop and bet. One day, anti-corruption go bright up with future. One day, we all we try and we wise up so low. The road for the take the money, the way the people less of fire enough money, why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala.
Sacrifice.
Francis Kelfala.
Almost you want go able lick for one box all. Corruption not they grow we. Poverty no go less if you want mass. All pan development they no go ever know we. Yeah, selfishness and greed just a slow we. They say we rich but them still alone we. If we put Salon first then we land go flourish. Then we all go profit.
Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Listen, too much pain, mama saloni. Corruption don't put this country pan cry. Today if you left market, you go the tomorrow. Not defend price. Police station work for protect your life and your property. Now the corruption they rise. Too much innocent not prison, they suffer no justice. Kick away the justice, then focus on the bucket. Where sit down, say then kill you, fumble, now you losses. Transport just they go high, where the profit. No price control, now the shops and the markets. Everybody just a feds for in pockets.
They gonna blow for the take the money, oh. The way the people they suffer enough for the oh. Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Especially with the poor one with the suffer. Then they take what in belong now we are no masala. We turn the minerals where we got. We still a cry back every day. If we no kill this corruption, now we got we. Walai, mama salon no go before. They will live like Mandela. Make we hear the words of their father. Yeah.
They for the blow, for the take the money, oh. The way the people they suffer enough for the oh. Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Yo, shout out to respect to His Excellency, the President, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Madaliu, for his strong determination and leadership demonstration towards the fight against corruption. So Mr. Special one to the Commissioner, Francis Ben Kelfala, the People's Commissioner Extraordinaire, the Deputy Commissioner, Augustine Gobi, and staff of the Commission. You the people of Sierra Leone, no one say salute to you all for your fight against corruption. Because this is a fight here, a fight for we all. You see it now? So stand and salute, protect yourself from corruption. You hear that?
Welcome back to ACC Hour. I get at the studio the Deputy Director for Public Education and External Outreach, ACC, Sylvanus Blake, and as well Alex Eba, we in at the acting head of Public Relations Unit, and Mina Yanji Debrasise from the ACC as well. We don't discuss plenty things around the Transparency International ranking. We don't discuss about the success and recoveries where the Commission don't make last year and of recent years. And quickly, Deputy Director, let me talk about the challenges, because, you know, plenty people they say we will know we know. Even with the limited resources and we can elaborate on, but we see the kind of results where the Commission don't they get throughout the year. So let me talk about the challenges them way the Commission get, because definitely, as people can say, for any success story there must be something out there we go serve or we don't serve as a challenge.
So when it comes to the real scourge, corruption itself, dealing with it, the issues, the unresolved issues, and how we want for Siam go as experts. Now we don't raise so this now we'll be talking about issues around making our society cashless, making government transactions and contracts and payments and all of those things cashless, digitizing. This is how it is being done in many parts of the world, and the gains are worthy to emulate. So not only on progressive mindset will make you you see what other people they do, they come out find you say I no want do. I still want for remain in the orthodox ages. For example, we don't go as a declaration digital. And it 10 times easier and more convenient for both public officers where they declare and we where they manage the declaration process when we don't go digital. Go and see the thousands of papers they won't be paper based. So that can be done also in procurement. Almost everything government they do for in people, we minus paying of salaries and allowances. They balance all that through procurement. Then they do road work na procurement. Then they provide services na procurement. Then they supply goods na procurement. And now the government money they go. So if you make a cashless, you make the digital process verifiable, strong enough, all this kickback thing will be minimized. If you digitize law enforcement, especially traffic issues, when they make the headlines, you they reduce human to human contact between law enforcers and traffic offenders, and you go in reduce contact between people where they access services na the judiciary, services na the passport sector, all other services. Come out to that one day, a national buy-in. It's a challenge. We mean they call them contemporary issues, they balance it all. A national buy-in to the fight against corruption is being resisted by corruption itself. Because some of these people, depending on whose side they occupy today, can speak so much negative about, for example, the fight against corruption. And when you are a stakeholder, a political leader, an opinion leader, and you go publicly and they discredit national development or national agenda like the fight against corruption, you think now you want to talk. You get thousands of people where now you then they listen to. Now you then they watch. And so sometimes then reaction or unguarded way some people they behave. If they make you go don't come as stakeholder, maybe today I have to come and say the fight against corruption not good. It's a political tool. Now only we then they run after. Evidence not even there for that. You followers, people who elect you, we don't listen. They are concluded. They are running with that agenda. Who that say now we leaders say? Who that say now we own politicians say? Who that say now the one way we believe? And now you will put out this information. You know it's not true. For example, the one and those misconceptions deliberately paraded that the ACC political institution. How many politicians they jail for corruption? How many who don't convict for corruption? How many? The number is so small. How many opposition people they jail for corruption? Zero. How many we don't try? How many we don't charge to court? Now the few way case they against. Thousands of people in the opposition, one day pass and go greet in anti-corruption. One day when they not get issue. Anybody who they investigate now, what thing you do, not to whose group you belong to. But then they come out, some come out and say, oh, it's a political tool. Why? Because either then the opposition now or maybe they in disagreement over some issues. But yesterday, now them equally. So the politicians therefore allowed this for be a national fight. The same comments being made today, made on the ACC for over 15 years now. When the other party within our power, will be there the same comment from their opposition. Now they instead them opposition, now the same comment. And these comments, for all I know, are not backed by facts and data. So to some extent now disservice to the nation. Because you get followers and they make declarations publicly. They are going to believe in those declarations. Even evidence not there, they are not even going to question you. So that's one aspect what we get for be patriotic about. We can win elections and be who that we want to be without discrediting your institution and your state. Criticize where you have legitimate reasons for criticize. But for come out on an all-out war against state institution, tomorrow if you come into power, if the people want me, you come. It is the same institutions where they discredit today, you get for make use of. So why are you breaking down the whole house for kill a small snake within the house? There are many ways to deal with the snake. We have a snake in the house, an elephant in the room, corruption. Let's deal with corruption. Let's don't bring all our own agenda into it. The ACC don't resist those attempts and will continue to resist those attempts by putting out the fact. Okay. And then the other challenges I don't want to talk about. These are contemporary issues. Corruption fighting back, resource issues. We are 100% subvented by government of Sierra Leone. And we all know the resource constraint. Year in, year out. Government in, government out. Those are affecting us as well. For example, we fleet, now one of the oldest. The last time government gave us vehicles, the records are that. But we will not wake up and say we're not able to go Kailan for go see with honorable paramount chiefs there because the commissioner in vehicle, the commissioner not get strong vehicles for the routes. No. You have to find a way. Our leader, the ACC, Francis Benkaifala, you don't tell him challenges. You tell him solutions. Or you don't talk to him. He will tell you what to do. So why? Because Sierra Leone, we don't grumble too much. Oh, in not there, we're not able. No. There is always something to do. If you not get strong vehicle now for go some far distance, you able to take Okada Can TV, take Okada Can TV. It takes nothing away from you. Above all, you are a servant. Then call you public servant. I like you now, Director General with horn and other security details. You are a servant. Who is your master? The people of Sierra Leone. So that servanthood mentality is one of the challenges in developing this nation. If servants wake up today, regardless of your degrees, your salary, you order emolument, you wake up realizing that I have masters, and these masters are the ordinary Sierra Leonean, where they are about in normal business per day. You go change, you go be humbled, and your duty go down on you, and all this great around, do you know who am I? You go stop her. You not go begin to pretend injustice. You not go be a promoter of unrighteousness. You not go be a promoter of stealing. A thief is a thief. I like you get PhD in a thief man. Thief man, a thief man. So these are the issues in the fight against corruption, and we have to deal with them.
All right, Alex, as we conclude the program now, this year an asset declaration year, in as much as the commissioner don't pull official notice yet, so waiting go be you form of a reminder or you message or you go get to public officials as them way for make them prepare for CC. This year they declare the assets where the commission pull an official notice.
Yes, the message could be just the same way. We don't take to even we evade paramount chief there across the country for remind and say as a declaration, it is not just something where you are obliged to as a public officer, hence you fall within the defined grades, and of course within a public officer you get for instance you appraise yourself with all of the laws them for know if you're within that grade, and if you're within that grade you know you have to comply. So hence you're within grade 7 upwards, or regardless of your grade, if you're not person where they deal with money, be reminded say it's a must that you declare your asset. Non-compliance with any of them laws, then they, including the asset declaration law, now an offense on its own, and an offense where they attract very stiff sanctions if you fail for declare your asset. So the interesting thing is failure for declare your asset now offense, and that failure they we don't see over time people in salaries then way as provided for by law. They don't forfeit their salaries in they. We don't see people in way in recent times as well where we don't enforce compliance mechanisms then, especially on asset declaration where they don't suspend from public offices them. And of course the ultimate sanction for where you fail for declare your asset, they dismiss you from holding public, I mean they sack you. So important for you be reminded say if you just like how Mr. Blake then emphasized on servanthood, if you decide say you want can serve the people, then it's a must for you declare to the ACC what you get. In fact, entry declaration in within 3 months where they employ you every 2 years. So this year in a declaration year, you have to declare your asset as well. And of course, if you left public office space back, you give the for declare your assets. But one important message where I go on for is sound. Now, wait till we can always remind people then the asset declaration na a shield for you as a public officer, because if we get reasons for investigate somebody, the first point of call where we look at now your asset declaration form, we go be instructive for tell we exactly for give you idea about who that now you in profiling you as a public officer for commencing investigation. So within that time day, if we realize say first off you even fail for declare, I mean there would have been sanctions, or if we realize say within that time day you under declare or you over declare, that now an offense on its own. Section 122 of the Act say any attempt for declare malicious, fictitious, or concurrent declaration now an offense. So if you declare exactly what you get and we look at now you asset declaration, and we dey investigate you on account of unexplained wealth. People and say this public officer, yeah, before they make am, for example, even in the engagement of paramount chief, then before they make you paramount chief, you not be the drive Range Rover. Immediately they appoint you as paramount chief, now you the drive Range Rover. And we decide for comment investigations. And we see say before they make you paramount chief, you don't serve na, for example, a government institution, any of the government institutions, for 10-15 years. And when you left for can be paramount chief, then pay you benefit. And during that period, you be comply with the asset declaration, and we look at all everything we don't declare, and we go tell the people and say yes, there are records for sure. Say this person here, if we don't get the asset there before, or we look at and say that this person here, then we don't pay and benefit where they work for how many years. So it they in tandem with what you don't declare to we now we in don't be paramount chief. But if we realize say you fail for declare your assets, you not be declare some of those things then in your asset, then they in an offense way at the end of the day it go expose you. So important now, make even on the issue of gift we inform with nationwide engagement to paramount chief, the way we know within surround the rival institution how gift has been like a tradition and normal way to go to paramount chief. We also remind them that as paramount chief and as public officers across the board, if then give you gift way sum up to the tune of 5,000 new leons, it is a must that you need for declare that gift day within your institution. Let there be established gift register, you register them and you put in your asset declaration form. I get this gift here from Yanji, who that na Yanji to you, you make and clear the relationship between you and that person. Because if in the course of your duty, in executing your duty as public officer, you and that person they get some relation, and then we realize say that person they now one way be win a government contract and you na procurement person, and we they do investigations for maybe some anomalies then within that, and the investigations so see that person they can give you a brand new Toyota Fortuner, whether or whether not then they be informed in award of the contract, if it were a process way not be mad by any issue where you get for do it, but for the very fact that that person they be due that one day, it will be imputed that then they don't compromise you already because you not be declared. So these are the laws and the important for them to comply to them. And of course the asset declaration now 100% digital, not to like traditional in a paper based way difficult. Now a user the handle the platform where they declare your asset now user friendly. So we encourage all public officers then for come to the ACC. If they're not able for do them on their own, we can always provide support for them, help them for them then comply.
Well, now the message then that's what we get for you today inside the program. The commission go continue for CSA. We continue for set up systems and processes and ministries, departments and agencies that we continue for make sustained positive progress in both national and international ranking. And same way so the asset declaration here, this year an asset declaration. So if you na public officer, we they listen to me or watch we right now, prepare your mind, say you need for declare your asset. This year the commission they put measures in place for CSA as we don't go digital. We give you a swift platform where when you get access to the platform, it not go be difficult for you for declare your asset this year. So now that's make we still no pull an official notice yet for say for declare your asset, but just prepare your mind. Well, now so we go left you for today on program ACC Hour. I be get at the studio the Deputy Director for Public Education and External Outreach na ACC, Sylvanus Blake, and also Alex Eba, when I acting head of public relations unit na ACC. Me na Yanji Deborah Sise, public education officer na ACC, and I continue to encourage you for report any act of corruption. Just walk into we office them we dey na Integrity House na Tower Hill, or self na Bo we dey 10 Bo Pujon Drive you we dey na Bo, for you where they Kenema we dey Reservation Road off Maxwell Kobe Street. We dey na Mina Hills, Makeni, 18 Sanisi Street, off Kind Koidu Road, Koidu, and Sef 13 Sherifa Street, na Port Loko City. For Seka, the government of Salon, we make this program come to you. And Sef, the Public Education and External Outreach Department, me say, Take care and continue for fight against corruption at your institution or your lily corner. Thank you.
Some people will be better than that too. Anytime where you go come right back. See, money we go build schools and road. One person go chop and bet. And development for make the country grow. One man go the chop and bet. One day, anti-corruption go bright up with future. One day, we all we try and we wise up so low. They wanna blow, but they take the money, the way the people less suffer enough for you. Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala.
Sacrifice.
Francis Kelfala.
Almost you want go able lick for one box all. Corruption not they growing. Poverty no go less if you want mass all. Pan development they not go ever know we. Yeah, selfishness and greed just as slowy. They say we rich but them still alone. If we put Salon first, then we land go flourish. Then we all go profit.
Why they no one live like Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Make you listen to Francis Kelfala. Francis Kelfala.
Listen, too much pain, mama saloni. Corruption and put this country pan cry. Today if you left market, you go the tomorrow. Not defend price. Police station work for protect your life and your property. Now the corruption they rise. Too much innocent not prison, they suffer no justice. Kick away the justice, then focus on the bucket. You sit down, say then kill you, fumble, now you losses. Transport just they go high, where they profit. No price control, now the shops and the markets. Everybody just a feds for in pockets.
They gonna blow, but they take the money, Francis Kelfala. Especially